Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from the self-serve car wash on Hypalexo Road here in Lantana, Florida, where I always come to get the crusher washed. And I put the money in, I went over it, I dried it with a towel. I have not done my tires with my tire dressing yet. All that's back at home in a 5-gallon bucket. Thanks to a subscriber sending me the Jay Leno detail package. So I just washed it and dried it. It was looking really good when I picked it up from the body shop, but since then it's rained a couple of times and I just had to clean it up some more. And I'm very, very proud of this truck. I was very proud of my Toyota 4Runner. For all of you that have been following my channel for any length of time, you might remember I had a red Toyota 4Runner, a 2021 model, same year as this, and I kept it perfect. I bought it brand new just before the auto crisis happened and they started having a chip shortage and charging thousands over sticker price. I did really well, and then I was able to actually trade it straight up for this 2021 Tundra, which I needed to pull my camper because this has a lot more power and a V8. And since then, I've crashed it twice. There's a bumper that was replaced recently from someone that hit me coming down here to Palm Beach County again, pulling the camper, going into a Buc-ee's, and that's been fixed. I just got it back the other day. And then I actually backed in to, well, I don't see one around here, but they have those big cement columns that are around light poles at Walmart. And I backed into one without seeing it, and that was very upsetting to me. And it pushed in this bumper, and I had it scratched right here. I mean, a severe scratch. And they were so kind, since they had the paint out, to paint the piece in the front that had to be replaced, that they went ahead and pulled out the bumper a little bit for me. They did what they could, and they painted that. And then one of my subscribers was sharp enough, that's in the auto repair business, collision repair, that spotted that when this got pushed in, you know, this thing is almost 6,000 pounds. It's like 5,700 pounds. Even though I was backing in very slowly and cautiously, when I hit that cement column, oh, I knew it. I mean, I was cussing. I lost all my religion. I was in that truck. I was afraid to get out and look. I knew something bad happened. And when I got out and looked and I saw that all scuffed and this was pushed in real close there, it's supposed to have a big gap, see? See here? A big gap. Doesn't even look normal. And on this side, it's still pushed in, but they pulled it out some and they painted that for me. I think there's just a limited amount they could do. And of course the rubber here is not right. It's not matching. See that little gap? So a subscriber noticed this. Look at that. When this went in and this hit this, it put a little dent, which seems like you could pop that out with one of those dent removers. I mean, like I could do it even. So I didn't even notice that until I was doing a walk around the other day, and this this subscriber said, hey, you know, now they also added that I might have frame damage. Well, that isn't true. It just pushed the bumper in and then it, you know, dented that, as they called it, a buckle. And so I would have never have noticed it. Maybe you wouldn't have either if I didn't point it out. But now, you know, it is a crusher. It is. It's been crushed on front end, back end, side end. So whatever. But it's still a wonderful, wonderful truck that looks great. It's magnetic gray. It's the Crew Max cab. It's like a limousine in the back seat. It has the limited package with the sunroof. And I love the rims that it has on it. And I have these nice step bars on the side. It's got all this beautiful chrome front end. When I had my 4Runner, I added a lot of chrome to it. I am not a blackout package person. I like chrome. I'm older. It has the halo LED headlights and fog lights. It is a gorgeous, and it's the last year of the Tundra V8 motor. And I know they have no problems with the new ones, even though they're a V6 turbo and the torque and everything to tow with. And I wouldn't mind having one. I really wouldn't. But there's just something I'm completely satisfied with: the style, the color, and the ability of this beautiful 21. And even though the damage report is going to be on file with Carfax, it is listed as minor. It was just the bumper that had to be replaced. And when I bought it, there was another fax on there about a rear end minor thing. So apparently the same kind of thing happened. Somebody might have tapped this guy that owned it, and he had to have the bumper painted or replaced. And then I go backing into a light pole. So it's like the front and rear bumper on this truck can't avoid getting hit. So now there's one when I bought it, two of the front end damage that I had replaced, and this here was done, you know, free of charge for me, so that's not being reported. But that's three, you know, two reports on the Carfax. So when I go to sell it, I have diminished value, and I used that as leverage when I got this truck, when I gave them the 4Runner, which had no Carfax, no accidents, no anything, and that's how I was able to trade. But you know how people are when they hear or see a Carfax. It doesn't matter if it was just a painted bumper. Some people are like, oh, it's been in an accident, there's a report on it, I don't want anything to do with that. Well, to me, it didn't bother me, because I used to be in the business, and when it says minor damage and there's no frame damage, it was just a little, see, anything that you do in your insurance now, I don't care how small it is, it gets reported on a thing called Carfax. We used to not have that back in the day, but now it's reported, and that's a good thing. But when they do list it as minor, moderate, major, and then, you know, rebuilt title, but minor is nothing. And so I can overlook it. And I'm not looking to sell it anyway. I'm gonna keep this truck as long as I can. But isn't it beautiful? Let me take a picture of it right there. Boom. Oh my gosh, I just got through drying it, that magnetic gray. I used to wish I had the magnetic gray 4Runner. There's just something about this color that Toyota makes. The red was not my choice. What was it called? I forget the name of it now already. My 4Runner, it was called Barcelona Red. And it wasn't my favorite. I had to add a lot of chrome to it. And then I made it my own. It was really nice after that. And it was an SR5. It wasn't a TRD or a Pro or a Limited or anything. But it was really, really nice. I had KO2 tires on it. Oh, and another thing. This is not a four-wheel drive. And quite a few of these Tundras are. So the fact that it had a Carfax on it, it's only a two-wheel drive, and I gave them a beautiful 4Runner that's in very high demand, that was four-wheel drive and looked really good, and it belonged to Sarasota Tim. I was able to make a nice trade, but I don't care about four-wheel drive. You can't drive four-wheel drive on this. It's only off-road. And who's going to take a beautiful truck like a 4Runner or this and go off-roading and, you know, tear it up, scratch it up, get it damaged? So four-wheel drive, I don't need. And it's good for, you know, if you're in a sand spot or something and you're towing a boat out of the boat ramp or whatever momentarily, but you don't drive with it unless you're in snow and ice. I don't live in those places. I don't plan on going there when there is snow and ice. So this is just fine for me. Anyway, I did add the little chrome insert into the Tundra name there so it would pop. It's an embossed little indentation that's really kind of hard to see. And so everybody puts in these little chrome inserts. I think it looks nice. I've got my my big trailer hitch on there because I don't live here anymore. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm just here for an operation on my eye and to hang out for a while. This is where I was raised. I'll be going back in about 2 weeks, hopefully, and then I'm going to be that much deeper into winter to where spring will be that much closer, and I can hook up my camper that I live in. I have a 2024 travel trailer, a Flagstaff that I bought recently that I pull, and I plan on traveling and bringing video content and experiencing life and visiting some wonderful places on the lower 48 and wherever else the front end might lead me. But I'm very excited about it. Isn't it a gorgeous truck though? I mean, it really is. I just can't stop looking at it. It's just the lines of it are nice. And you know what? I never really was a fan of them. There was something about them. They've changed their style over the years a few times, but the 2021, and even those wheels, I think is really what it is, that really just puts this one together. Look at those chrome mirrors. I mean, that chrome front end is so bold. And the fact that it is a limited and it's the Crew Max. I like how you can't tell it's a long truck because of the big cab, because the bed's only 5.5 inches, 5 feet 5 inches. So it looks like, you know, but it's really, really nice. And I would rather have the big interior room that I have, like an SUV, than to have a super long 8-foot bed. And people will disagree with that. They would rather have a long bed. Everybody to each their own. But this is a unique vehicle, and every day it crushes it.